Hello everyone.
Hi guys.
Today is construction day 39 and I'd like everybody to take a look at today's thumbnail, and I'm going to do a little rhetorical conversation regarding that thumbnail today. Also later in the video, Wilma and I are going to disclose to everyone the tile choice, so we'll put that in the video towards the end. So see you guys up at the work site. Look how blue the water is today, just amazing. So today's thumbnail is named A Road Less Traveled, and that's going to allow me to get a little rhetorical for a minute if you guys don't mind. So you know, definitely moving from the west to the east can be considered a road less traveled. So in my case, from the United States to the Philippines. So don't know the numbers, but you know, it's a small percentage of the overall population that decides to retire in the East. So without question, I'm taking a road less traveled. But why not? A very smart woman told me many times throughout my life, especially growing up, be a leader, not a follower. And that person was my mother, who I love very much. And she's doing well back in New York, and my sister's keeping an eye on her. But she told me many times throughout my life, you know, young, growing up, she said, "Greg, be a leader, do not be a follower." So the one statement that so many people have given me over my lifetime, that's the one that I remember the most. So a road less traveled. So building this house is a challenge, and you know, being in a foreign country where English is the second language here in the Philippines, the culture here is very different. Their building practices are different, and you know, I have to realize that I have to change, you know, not the Philippines. So, you know, getting a lot of great advice, a lot of construction advice, but you know, everyone needs to realize that there is building norms here, and you know, the guys here take a lot of pride in what they do. They're very happy that they have the job, and they work very hard. And they're giving Wilma and I a product. I think I said in an earlier video, you know, Wilma and I are building our dream home here in the Philippines, but really the guys here are the ones building the home. So we're appreciative of all their hard work, and you know, we know at the end we're going to have a great, strong, solid house that we're going to be able to enjoy for years to come. But I will be honest, it is stressful. A little frustrating from time to time. In my intro, I said, you know, there's ups and downs of building a home, and that's anywhere, but especially for me in a foreign country. But I've made the commitment to be here every day, and the guys, you know I'm going to be here. I don't think they have any problem whatsoever me popping in and walking around and asking a lot of questions. They always do their best to get the answer for me, and you know, sometimes things are lost in translation, but at the end things always work out, and it always will. But I wanted to get rhetorical just for a minute. A road less traveled. When I took that video yesterday, you know, it just popped in my head that would be a great thumbnail. I know it was the intro of yesterday's video, but wanted to just take the time and appreciate that advice that I got from that wise lady many years ago. You know, be a leader, not a follower, and I try to live that way my entire life. So guys, we'll get up to the work site, and we'll get you guys some updates. Alright, so here's a good shot of the roof in the main area. So now they have all these cross members, they call them purlins, in place. Felix is working on getting them centered properly at 70 cm on center, and then he is just now starting to weld them in place. So that's going to take some time because there's quite a few, but that's what Felix is working on today. So here's another look from the back. So I'm back by the kitchen area. So here is all the trusses and the purlins in this main area. And like I said, he's just now starting to go through, get them in place, make sure that they're the proper width, and then he's starting to weld them in place. All right, so this is the back of the house where the dirty kitchen will be. So here's a good shot. So remember, the master bedroom has 10-foot high ceilings. The main living area, the kitchen and living room, dining room, is 12 foot. And then the two spare bedrooms and spare bathroom is also 10-foot ceilings. So the overhang for the main area will cantilever out, looks like almost a meter, a little less than a meter. And then there will be a 10-foot high roof coming all the way across the structure at the 10-foot mark, and then obviously it'll all be, sealed off, but then it will go out and over this wall by 12 inches. So I confirmed that. So the 10-foot high roof that'll be here in the dirty kitchen area will be 12 inches or 1 foot over this wall. Now this wall is going to get higher, and then where the bottom of the roof, that 10-foot high roof, this wall will come up and be 1 block short, and that's for ventilation because there'll be cooking back in this area. So this wall will go up, and I think we said, I don't know, 4 or 5, 6 more courses, and it will be 1 block or 8 inches below that overhang. Again, the overhang will be 12 inches past this wall. And then we'll work on some kind of a screening or something to make sure that animals and bugs don't get in. And then at the far end here, remember, there will be a hollow block wall, cement wall with a door leading out. So we're going to seal this off, so it's basically another room back here. So this is the first time that we got a chance to see the overhang of the main roof. So the rainwater will come off of this roof down onto the 10-foot roof, and then we'll go off the back of the wall, and then we're going to build very large drainage all out of concrete because this wall is 2 feet from the property line, so we can build a 2 feet drainage concrete that will shed the water away from the house. So that's the plan. So I haven't shown this corner in a few days. So this is the east corner. This is where I just shot the video on the other side here, the dirty kitchen. So this is where Richard's working. So he's got this area basically down to grade. So there is the footing of the fence. You can see it just tapers up a little bit because we want the water to run this way. So we're going to leave that rock there in the very corner of the property. Now this wall obviously is going to extend and go out to the property line, and then there'll be another wall here. So that's still to be done, but we want to make sure that the water runs down the fence line and not to the house. I've also mentioned that this will all be waterproofed. This side of the house and here will all be waterproofed, just in case, because this back corner is a challenge. But what Richard's doing now is we told him to stop here because we got that nice grade running this way. So he's working on this rock. And this rock, from the subscribers from us from the beginning, the excavation videos, remember the bucket that broke and gave us about a week delay? That's the rock that broke the excavation bucket. That's an extremely hard rock. You can see it's very gray looking. It's different color than this. This breaks up. This is very tough. So we're gonna more than likely leave this piece here and leave that piece there, and just work on getting these two areas dug out because we want the drainage, and I'll try to turn it around here a little bit. We want the drainage to come this way, and then as right now this rock is higher, so we do need to get it down, and we want the water to run down the fence line. So Richard is still going at it. He's 1 hour on, 1 hour off, and then he does other projects. But you can see the different color. So this rock here is more of a brownish. And then look at this. This is more of a blue-gray. So this is extremely hard. So he's having a hard time of it. But again, he's 1 hour on, and then he's 1 hour off doing other projects. So he's actually over here 4 hours a day. The guys completed laying the hollow block for the fence on the east side of the property. So you can see I'm standing here basically at the lowest point. I'm on that patio, that 3-meter concrete patio area that leads to the pool. So I'm standing here and looking out, and you can see that we kept the fence below the ocean line, if you will. So no obstruction. Now here in the front of the house, there's no obstructions anyway because the property dips down so much. But we were concerned about the height of the fence, and you can see we kept the integrity of the fence low enough so you can see out and not have any obstructions. So again, I'm here at the lowest point. I'm gonna shut this off and then show you at the front door what the view looks like. Okay, so now I'm up those 2 steps, up right in front of the house where the front door will be. And you can see the profile of the fence, again, is below the look of the ocean. So I think we did a good job not to block any view. That was a concern of Wilma and mine, but it's high enough for security, and but yet low enough where it did not block any views. So good job, guys. So the footings are in for the last 2 concrete columns. These are the last 2 for the carport. So the concrete is now curing, and we can check that off the list. They also formed up this large beam here in the main living space, as well as the 3 columns here in the center of the room. So once they get this completed, hopefully they'll be pouring this beam today. All right, so we made the decision on the type of tile we're going to use for that main living area, the living room, dining room, kitchen area. And ironically, it was very similar to the glass color, where the color of the glass that Wilma and I liked happened to be the one with the most votes. And it happened again this time, so that just means that we all have about the same taste. It was a little closer this time with the votes, but I'll go ahead and start with the second runner-up. So the second runner-up, our third choice, is this darker one. This is the one that we like the least. We think it's too busy. Again, by itself, one tile, it's beautiful. Has a nice tan color in it with some white. However, we need about 220 of these to do the space, and we believe that having all those tiles together would just be just too busy. And actually, this tile is very slippery. Now, I've had gloss tile for many years. We have gloss here at the townhome. Again, in Wilma's house, and Leyte is the high gloss tile, and it's not slippery at all. But this tile is actually quite slippery. So that was our third choice. Then the first runner-up is this gray tile. Again, it's beautiful, but It really comes across gray, has a little bit of tan in it, but it's the majority of the color is gray. So that's not the theme that we were going for. So again, it's beautiful, and it would work if you went with the color scheme of gray, but we're going with the color scheme of tan. So this is the winner. Wilma and I love it. We were, and you guys know, thinking about going to white, but we feel that was going to be just too much white in the house. So this is very subtle. Again, on camera, I hope it's coming across. It's a little beige, a little bit of brown in it, and then a little bit of white. So we love it, and this is our first choice. So this is what we're going to go for. And the most votes over the last 24 hours was this one for sure. Then second choice was the gray, and then the third choice was the darker brown, which is exactly the way we ranked it as well. So this is going to be the color, and we're going to go ahead and put a down payment on this tile and get it ordered, because they did not have enough at the store, and they said it's going to be about 30 days to 6 weeks to get enough in. So we're going to go ahead and order the tile now. So this is the winner.